Imagine trying to stand up from a chair and feeling your legs tremble, or walking upstairs and sensing your strength slipping away. Bit by bit, you might blame age, but what if it's something you're eating every day without even knowing it? Yes, fruits, the ones we've been told are always healthy, could be secretly weakening your leg muscles. After 50, your body changes and some fruits stop helping and start harming, especially your legs. Today, we'll reveal 7 specific fruits that are silently destroying your leg strength and what you should do instead. If you care about keeping your legs strong, steady, and pain-free as you age, hit that subscribe button and like this video. You deserve to walk, dance, and move freely without fear. And in the comments, tell us, which fruits do you eat every day? Here's the itemized list of the 7 fruits to stop eating, all directly linked to weakening leg strength in seniors. Each fruit includes a clear reason why it's harmful after 50, especially for muscle function, circulation, joint health, or inflammation. Number 1. Banana. Bananas may seem like a harmless and even healthy snack, but for seniors over 50, they can quietly contribute to declining leg strength. Though they're often recommended for their potassium content, bananas are also very high in sugar and low in the protein and fiber that aging muscles depend on. One medium banana contains about 14 grams of sugar and less than 1 gram of protein. For older adults, especially those not engaging in regular physical activity, this imbalance can lead to energy crashes and long-term muscle weakness. The natural sugars in bananas, mostly glucose, fructose, and sucrose, can rapidly elevate blood sugar levels. While this quick energy might feel like a boost, it often leads to a sharp insulin response, followed by a drop in blood sugar. This drop can leave seniors feeling tired, sluggish, or even slightly shaky, particularly in their legs. Over time, repeated sugar fluctuations can wear down the body's ability to regulate energy efficiently. For muscles, including those in the legs, this means less consistent fuel, reduced endurance, and poorer recovery after simple exertion like walking or climbing stairs. Another concern is how bananas affect potassium levels in aging bodies. While potassium is essential for muscle function, some doctors warn that excessive intake from fruits like bananas may pose risks for seniors, especially those with reduced kidney function. As people age, the kidneys naturally become less efficient. When they can't filter potassium properly, it may accumulate in the bloodstream, leading to a condition called hyperkalemia. Symptoms often include muscle fatigue, weakness, or cramping, particularly in the lower limbs. This isn't a problem for every senior, but those with even mild kidney impairment may notice their legs feeling heavier or more easily fatigued when consuming high potassium fruits daily. There's also the issue of hydration balance. Potassium plays a crucial role in managing fluid balance and muscle contractions. When seniors eat bananas thinking they're replenishing electrolytes, they may unknowingly throw off their sodium-potassium balance, especially if they're also limiting salt due to blood pressure concerns. That imbalance can lead to softer, less responsive muscles and even light dizziness upon standing, further contributing to unsteady legs or poor circulation. Many dietitians point out that seniors often eat bananas in isolation, on toast, with cereal, or as a midday snack. While convenient, this habit lacks the necessary balance of fiber, protein, and healthy fats needed to maintain steady blood sugar and support lean muscle. The result is an uneven energy distribution throughout the day, often leading to that heavy leg sensation many seniors report in the afternoon. This effect is subtle, but accumulates over weeks and months, making everyday movement more tiring than it should be. Additionally, bananas are considered a high glycemic food, meaning they can have a stronger impact on blood sugar compared to other fruits, especially when fully ripe. Some nutrition experts recommend that older adults avoid overly ripe bananas altogether, as the sugar content increases significantly as they ripen. When consumed frequently, especially in the morning or before periods of inactivity. Bananas can contribute to a cycle of short bursts of energy, followed by crashes that leave the legs feeling weak or rubbery. Increased sugar intake, even from fruit, is also linked to inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a known contributor to age-related muscle loss and joint pain. Some research has connected diets high in fructose, the main sugar in bananas, to increased markers of inflammation in older adults. This inflammation can settle into the knees, hips, and calves, reducing flexibility and worsening feelings of stiffness or discomfort in the legs. While bananas are not inherently bad, they become problematic when eaten daily or in large quantities by people over 50 who are already experiencing reduced activity, slower metabolism, or pre-existing health concerns. For seniors focused on maintaining leg strength and overall muscle integrity, reevaluating daily banana consumption is a small but important dietary step. While the occasional banana isn't harmful for most, relying on it as a go-to snack can slowly chip away at energy stability and muscular resilience. Choosing fruits with lower sugar content, paired with a protein source, is often a more supportive approach for aging legs that need strength, not sugar spikes. Number 2. Grapes. Grapes, while sweet and refreshing, are one of the most misleading fruits for seniors aiming to maintain leg strength and overall muscle health. They're often praised for their antioxidants, but the truth is, grapes are packed with sugar and offer very little in terms of muscle-supporting nutrients like protein or fiber. A single cup of grapes contains around 23 grams of sugar and less than a gram of protein. For seniors over 50, that imbalance can have a noticeable effect on energy levels, inflammation, and circulation, all of which directly impact leg strength. Unlike complex carbohydrates that break down slowly and provide steady energy, the sugars in grapes hit the bloodstream fast. This leads to a rapid rise in blood sugar, followed by a crash. For older adults, these sugar crashes can contribute to leg fatigue, unsteadiness, and even episodes of lightheadedness, especially during walking or standing. Seniors who eat grapes as a snack, thinking they're making a healthy choice, may actually be triggering these silent cycles of fatigue without realizing it. Doctors often warn that muscle loss, or sarcopenia, accelerates after age 50, and managing blood sugar is a major factor in preserving muscle mass. When blood sugar is frequently spiking and crashing, insulin becomes less effective, and muscles receive less of the glucose they need for fuel. Over time, this weakens the muscles, particularly in the legs, where strength is already most vulnerable in aging adults. Grapes, when consumed regularly, can worsen this pattern, particularly when they're eaten alone without fiber, protein, or fat to slow digestion. Another concern is the inflammatory nature of fructose, the main sugar found in grapes. While small amounts of fructose from fruit are generally fine, seniors consuming high fructose fruits like grapes frequently may notice an increase in joint stiffness, swelling, or aching legs. Chronic inflammation is one of the underlying causes of reduced leg mobility and discomfort in older adults. Even though grapes contain antioxidants like resveratrol, their high sugar content often offsets these benefits for people already battling age-related inflammation. Seniors with circulatory issues, a common problem after 60, may also find that grapes aren't doing their legs any favors. Good leg strength depends on strong circulation, and too much sugar in the diet can damage blood vessels over time. This makes it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach the lower extremities, leading to cold feet, tingling sensations, and slower healing from minor injuries. Grapes, by flooding the system with simple sugars, may quietly impair circulation without providing the essential support that aging legs need. Grapes are also often consumed in large quantities because they're small, easy to snack on, and quite addictive. It's easy to eat 2 or 3 cups in one sitting. That's the sugar equivalent of nearly 2 full cans of soda. This hidden sugar load puts stress on not only blood sugar regulation, but also kidney function and heart health, both of which play a direct role in how strong and stable the legs feel during everyday activities like walking, climbing stairs, or even getting out of bed. Furthermore, seniors often think of fruit as guilt-free, but grapes have one of the highest pesticide residues among all fruits. While washing them helps, some residues remain and may affect hormone balance or liver function, which indirectly affects energy and strength. The body works as a system, and even small, repeated chemical exposures can gradually reduce how efficiently muscles recover and perform. For those trying to protect or rebuild leg strength, avoiding grapes is a smart choice. Their high sugar content, low nutrient density, and potential to contribute to inflammation and blood sugar instability make them a poor option for aging adults. Replacing grapes with fruits that are lower in sugar and higher in fiber, and pairing them with a source of protein, can make a real difference in how strong, steady, and pain-free the legs feel each day. Number 3. Canned fruit cocktails. Canned fruit cocktails may seem like an easy way to enjoy fruit, but for seniors over 50, they can be quietly harming leg strength and overall muscle health. These colorful mixtures are often packed in heavy syrup, which is essentially sugar water. Just half a cup of canned fruit cocktail and syrup can contain over 20 grams of added sugar, far more than most older adults need in a single snack. This high sugar content, combined with a lack of fiber and protein, creates a perfect storm for blood sugar instability, chronic inflammation, and muscle fatigue. One of the biggest concerns with canned fruit cocktails is how they contribute to sudden spikes in blood sugar. These rapid surges trigger the body to release large amounts of insulin, which can make blood sugar crash soon after. Seniors may feel this crash as tiredness in the legs, shakiness, or a general lack of energy. Repeated over time, these sugar spikes and drops wear down the body's ability to regulate energy efficiently. Muscles, especially in the legs, begin to suffer from poor fuel delivery, which results in weakness, slow recovery, and less endurance during even basic movements like walking or standing. Many seniors are already dealing with some degree of insulin resistance or prediabetes, even if they haven't been formally diagnosed. Consuming sugary canned fruits only pushes the body further into this dangerous territory. Doctors often warn that diets high in added sugars speed up the process of muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. When insulin doesn't function properly, glucose isn't transported effectively into the muscles, and they slowly weaken, most noticeably in the legs, which rely on strong, responsive muscle groups to support balance and prevent falls. Another hidden issue in canned fruit cocktails is the lack of fiber. During the canning process, the fruits are often peeled, chopped, and cooked, stripping them of most of their natural fiber. Without fiber, the sugar is absorbed even faster into the bloodstream. This worsens the glycemic impact and increases the likelihood of the very energy crashes and inflammation that age the muscles and joints. Leg muscles in particular are highly sensitive to this kind of metabolic stress, as they require consistent energy to remain stable and strong. Inflammation is another major concern. Added sugars, especially those in high-fructose corn syrup, which is often used in canned fruits, have been directly linked to increased levels of inflammatory markers in older adults. Chronic inflammation is one of the main reasons seniors begin to feel stiff, sore, or achy, particularly in the knees, hips, and calves. Even if the fruit looks harmless, the sugar it's swimming in tells a different story. Over time, this constant low-grade inflammation can reduce leg mobility, worsen joint pain, and make everyday movement feel harder than it should. Beyond the sugar, canned fruit cocktails also often contain artificial preservatives, food dyes, and additives designed to improve shelf life or appearance. Some of these ingredients, while considered safe in small amounts, may contribute to digestive discomfort, water retention, or hormonal imbalances, all of which can leave seniors feeling sluggish or bloated. These physical sensations often lead to reduced activity, further weakening the legs and slowing down muscle recovery. Seniors trying to maintain strong legs and steady energy should be cautious about canned fruit cocktails, even if they're labeled light syrup or no sugar added. In many cases, even these versions still contain fruit juice concentrate or hidden sweeteners that can affect blood sugar and muscle function. Fresh or frozen fruits without added sugars are a far better option, especially when paired with protein or healthy fat. Ultimately, canned fruit cocktails deliver a false promise of health. They may appear nutritious, but they undermine muscle strength, promote inflammation, and destabilize energy, all of which contribute to tired, weak legs over time. Removing them from the diet is a simple but powerful way to support long-term leg health and overall vitality. Number 4. Dried fruits. Dried fruits like raisins, dates, apricots, and prunes may seem like a wholesome snack, but for seniors concerned about leg strength, they can quietly work against your body's needs. These fruits are extremely dense in sugar and calories, and their lack of water and bulk means it's very easy to overeat them without realizing the impact. Just a small handful of raisins can contain over 25 grams of sugar, about the same as a full-sized candy bar. For aging bodies trying to preserve muscle, this kind of sugar overload can gradually weaken rather than strengthen the legs. One of the biggest issues with dried fruits is how they affect blood sugar. Without the water content of fresh fruit, dried fruit sugars are absorbed much more quickly, leading to sharp spikes in glucose. Over time, these spikes strain insulin function and increase the risk of insulin resistance. Doctors frequently warn that poor blood sugar control is one of the hidden causes of muscle decline in older adults. When glucose doesn't reach muscle cells efficiently, those muscles begin to shrink and fatigue faster. And in seniors, that's most obvious in the legs. The legs carry the most weight, support the most movement, and rely heavily on stable blood sugar to perform. When blood sugar fluctuates wildly from high-sugar foods like dried fruits, it drains the legs of steady energy. Many older adults describe this as heavy legs, unsteady walking, or a lack of stamina during simple tasks. Even if the rest of the body feels fine, the legs will be the first to suffer when blood sugar is out of balance. Inflammation is another silent risk with dried fruits. Though these snacks do contain small amounts of fiber and antioxidants, the concentrated sugar content outweighs the benefit for many seniors. High-sugar diets promote chronic low-grade inflammation, which affects joints, circulation, and tissue repair, all essential for keeping legs strong and mobile. Older adults who regularly snack on dried fruits might start to notice increased stiffness in the knees, soreness after walking, or even cramps during rest. These symptoms often come from deeper issues like blood sugar imbalances and inflammatory responses triggered by excess sugar intake. Portion control is also very difficult with dried fruits. Unlike a whole orange or banana, which naturally fills you up with fiber and water, dried fruits are compact and chewy, encouraging mindless snacking. It's easy to eat hundreds of calories and dozens of grams of sugar in just a few bites. This can lead to unexpected weight gain, particularly around the midsection, which puts even more pressure on the legs, hips, and knees. Another concern is that some dried fruits are coated in additional sugar or preserved with sulfites, which can cause digestive issues, bloating, and even joint discomfort in sensitive individuals. These additives offer no nutritional value and can make recovery after activity or exercise slower for seniors, making it harder to rebuild or maintain leg strength. For older adults aiming to protect their legs, circulation, and muscle endurance, it's wise to avoid dried fruits or limit them to very small amounts. Opting instead for fresh fruits with lower sugar content and more hydration can provide energy without the risks. The goal isn't to fear fruit, but to understand how concentrated sugars, even from natural sources, can silently undermine the very strength and balance that seniors work so hard to maintain. Number 5. Fruit juices. Fruit juices, even those labeled as 100% pure, can quietly erode leg strength and overall muscle health in seniors. While they may seem like a healthy choice, fruit juices are essentially concentrated sources of sugar without the natural fiber found in whole fruits. That fiber is critical because it slows down how sugar is absorbed into the bloodstream. Without it, juices flood the body with sugar quickly, triggering a sharp rise in blood glucose, followed by an inevitable crash that can leave the legs feeling weak, shaky, or unsteady. Some doctors warn that drinking fruit juice regularly has similar effects on blood sugar as drinking soda. A single glass of orange juice can contain over 25 grams of sugar, more than 6 teaspoons. And while that sugar comes from fruit, your body still processes it the same way. These rapid spikes in blood sugar force the body to produce a surge of insulin. Over time, this pattern damages insulin sensitivity, leading to energy instability and poor glucose delivery to muscles. Since the leg muscles are among the largest and most active in the body, they're usually the first to suffer when insulin resistance begins to develop. Many older adults notice a decline in leg strength or stamina and attribute it to aging, when in reality, it's often linked to poor blood sugar control. Muscles need a steady, regulated supply of glucose to stay energized and recover after daily activity. Fruit juices disrupt that supply. Instead of offering slow, nourishing fuel like whole fruits do, they deliver a sugar shock that leads to inflammation and muscle fatigue. That inflammation can become chronic when sugary drinks like fruit juices are consumed daily. Inflammation affects every part of the body, but in seniors, it often shows up in the legs first, as joint stiffness, soreness after walking, or reduced range of motion. It also slows down tissue repair, making it harder for muscles to rebuild after use. Over time, this process contributes to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, which disproportionately affects the lower body and increases the risk of falls. Another overlooked concern is the way fruit juice can encourage weight gain without providing any lasting satiety. Juice doesn't fill the stomach like whole food does. It's easy to consume hundreds of calories in just a few gulps, especially when drinking store-bought juices in large bottles or cartons. Extra weight adds stress to the knees, hips, and ankles, the very joints seniors rely on for mobility. That strain leads to more wear and tear, and a faster decline in leg strength. Even juices labeled as no sugar added or natural can be problematic. While they may not contain added sweeteners, they still deliver a high amount of natural sugars, without any fiber, fat, or protein to slow absorption. This is particularly risky for older adults who may already struggle with energy dips or blood sugar fluctuations throughout the day. What seems like a refreshing morning drink could actually be setting the stage for leg fatigue and poor balance by early afternoon. For seniors, preserving leg strength isn't just about movement. It's about what fuels those movements. Choosing water, herbal teas, or eating whole fruits instead of drinking juice helps maintain energy balance, reduce inflammation, and protect muscles. Avoiding fruit juice altogether is a small dietary change with a major impact on long-term strength and stability. Number 6. Watermelon. Watermelon may be hydrating and refreshing, but for seniors focused on preserving leg strength, it's not always the wise choice it appears to be. Despite being low in calories, watermelon is very high in natural sugars and has a high glycemic index, meaning it causes blood sugar levels to rise quickly after eating. This quick spike, followed by a rapid drop, can create instability in energy levels, especially in older adults whose glucose regulation may already be weakened. The result is fatigue, heaviness, and reduced muscle performance, most noticeably in the legs. Many seniors turn to watermelon in the summer for hydration, and while its high water content is appealing, the lack of fiber combined with its sugar load makes it a poor choice for blood sugar control. A large wedge of watermelon can contain over 17 grams of sugar with almost no fiber or protein to slow its absorption. That sugar rush can trigger a burst of insulin, leading to inflammation that harms muscle tissue over time. Inflammation doesn't just affect comfort. It reduces the ability of muscles to recover, rebuild, and support daily movement, especially in weight-bearing areas like the legs. Doctors often caution that high glycemic fruits like watermelon may not be suitable for older adults who already face reduced insulin sensitivity or are managing conditions like prediabetes. The body's ability to respond to glucose changes naturally declines with age, and foods that push sugar levels too far too fast add more strain. This can quietly chip away at leg stamina, making climbing stairs, standing up, or walking for long periods feel more difficult, even if overall strength hasn't changed. Another hidden issue with watermelon is how it displaces more balanced nutrition. Because it's light, sweet, and easy to eat in large portions, watermelon can crowd out foods that offer muscle-building protein, healthy fats, and minerals like magnesium and potassium, all essential for keeping leg muscles strong and joints steady. When watermelon becomes a regular part of snacks or meals, seniors may unintentionally consume fewer of the nutrients that truly support their lower body strength. While watermelon does contain some vitamins and antioxidants, those benefits are outweighed by its sugar impact when consumed frequently or in large quantities. Seniors who eat it regularly may not feel an immediate effect, but over weeks and months, they may notice more leg soreness after walking, less stamina during chores, or increased joint stiffness. These aren't always obvious signs of muscle loss at first, but they are warning flags of deeper metabolic changes that affect the legs more than any other part of the body. Avoiding watermelon doesn't mean giving up on all fruit. It simply means being aware of how certain choices affect energy balance, blood sugar, and inflammation. For seniors aiming to stay strong, steady, and mobile, choosing fruits with lower sugar and higher fiber, like berries or apples with skin, is a safer way to hydrate and nourish the body without sacrificing leg power. Number 7. Tropical fruits. Tropical fruits like mangoes, pineapples, and lychees are often seen as exotic, flavorful, and rich in vitamins. But for seniors concerned about preserving leg strength, they come with hidden risks. These fruits are naturally packed with sugar, not the slow-digesting kind found in fiber-rich options, but fast-absorbing sugars that can cause rapid spikes in blood glucose. For older adults, especially those over 50, this can quietly weaken muscles over time, particularly in the legs where strength and balance are most critical for independence. A single mango, for example, contains around 45 grams of sugar. That's more than some desserts. Pineapples and lychees are also sugar-dense and, like mangoes, have a high glycemic load. This means the sugar is quickly absorbed into the bloodstream, triggering an insulin surge. Over time, this repeated pattern encourages inflammation and can lead to insulin resistance. And when the body struggles to process sugar efficiently, muscles don't receive the steady fuel they need to stay strong and energized. Leg muscles, being the largest group in the body, are especially sensitive to these metabolic shifts. Seniors may start noticing heaviness, faster fatigue when walking, or even shakiness after standing for long periods. These aren't just signs of aging. They're often tied to diet-driven imbalances, including high sugar intake from tropical fruits that are mistakenly considered healthy. Some doctors warn that overconsumption of tropical fruits in seniors may also interfere with efforts to manage weight, joint inflammation, and blood pressure, all of which directly affect how strong or steady the legs feel. Excess sugar contributes to inflammation in joints and slows down muscle recovery after use. This creates a cycle where even light exercise feels more tiring and less rewarding, further accelerating leg weakness. Though tropical fruits do contain beneficial nutrients like vitamin C and antioxidants, their high sugar content and low fiber make them a poor daily choice for seniors aiming to protect lower body strength. It's not about avoiding fruit altogether. It's about knowing which ones help and which ones quietly harm. Avoiding tropical fruits in favor of lower glycemic options gives the body more stable energy, supports healthier muscles, and protects against the creeping loss of leg strength that can lead to falls or decreased mobility with age.